Good morning, children. Today we are going to study the chapter Two Stories About Flying. This chapter is a combination of two inspiring stories, his first flight and the black aeroplane. Let us first discuss the story entitled His First Flight. It is written by Liam O. Flaherty. He was born on 28th August 1896 in County Galway, Ireland. He was an Irish novelist and short story writer and a major figure in the Irish literary renaissance. His works combine brutal naturalism, psychological analysis, and biting satire. His first flight, his first flight is a magnificent story about courage and self-confidence. Fear is the most negative feeling that blocks one's progress. One can overcome it with courage and sincere efforts. One should not be afraid and lose hope while in danger, like the young seagull in the story. The story also highlights the importance of family and friends in one's life. This story is about a family of seagulls. There was a young seagull in the family. He was alone on his leash as his two brothers and his sister had already flown away the day before. He had been afraid to fly with them. His brothers and his little sister ran to the brink, flapped their wings, and flew away. But he failed to do so because flying seemed impossible to him. His, parent, his parents had tried everything. They had come around calling to him shrilly. They scolded him and threatened to let him starve on the ledge, but he was reluctant to make his first flight for the fear of falling down. He kept watching his parents. They were flying about with his brothers and sister, teaching them how to skim the water and how to dive for fish. The whole family taunted him with his cowardice. As the time passed, the young seagull could not tolerate the hunger and the heat of the sun. He moved closer to the ledge and pretended to fall asleep, but nobody took notice of him. His brothers and sister had already eaten to their fill, and they were dozing with their heads sunk into their necks. His father was busy admiring and cleaning the feathers on his back. He found that only his mother was looking at him. He saw his mother tearing at a piece of fish that lay at her feet. The sight of food intensified his hunger. He cried to her, begging her to get some food. He gave a joyful scream when he saw his mother coming towards him with fish in her beak. But when she was just opposite to him, she stopped midway. Her wings were motionless. He wondered why she did not come nearer. He was not able to control his hunger any longer. So he dived at fish with a loud scream and he fell onwards and downwards into space. He was terrified and his heartbeat stopped. He could hear nothing, but it lasted only a minute. He felt his wings spread outwards. He found that he was flying over the sea. He felt a little dizzy, but all his fear disappeared soon. Now he could soar slowly downwards and upwards. It was a joyous moment for the whole family. His parents, his two brothers, and his sister were flying around him. They were praising him for his venture. He was near the sea now, flying straight over it. His parents and his brothers and sister had already landed on the green surface of the sea ahead of him. They were inviting him. He came very close to the surface of the sea. His feet touched the sea water and sank. Then his belly touched it, but he sank no further. He was floating on it. His family praised him and offered him crabs of dogfish. Out of delight, he had made his first flight. Thank you.